Please go subscribe to the Rumble channel for Franchise Sports TV under the name FSTV22. Now, I'm using that Rumble channel for any purposes of me getting kicked off YouTube and also for more of my spicier joints. It's free as well. I have the freedom to say whatever I want to say as well. So go subscribe to FSTV22. That is Franchise Sports TV 22 on Rumble. I said I was going to make this video, and here I am as promised. Now, one of the reasons why I decided to make this video because I've heard two people now on the YouTube streets talk about this certain topic. Now, you guys all know I don't like Redick. And you guys all know I've been clowning this team for the last, for the whole season at this point. But Gilbert Arenas, Silly Gilly, has said some goofy stuff. Wasn't it just a couple of weeks ago he said Redick should be going to the Hall of Fame as a coach when the Lakers went on their little run beating the bad teams? And then I do recall, I said this yesterday, or it could have been today, I said this in the video, that Gilbert Arenas said, I don't know if it's Gil's Arena, his show, whatever, podcast, whatever. I guess he was watching the Timberwolves and the Lakers play. And we all know that game was bad for the Lakers. And Silly Gilly went out his way to say, oh, I wish Darvin Ham was still coaching so they can have someone to blame. Now, people think those are jokes, but I don't know about that. And then, I guess recently, as of yesterday or today, Silly Gilly had the nerve to open his mouth and say that Redick should be fired. Well, which one is it, Gil? Is he a Hall of Fame coach? Or should he be fired? Well, here's the thing you shouldn't have never said. You should never say he was a Hall of Fame coach because you should have known, looking at the schedule, that this was a soft schedule, looking at the teams the Lakers were playing, that some of these teams were hurt. And when they actually played a team who was healthy or good and healthy, that they was going to struggle with those teams. They even struggle with the Detroit Pistons, who are 9-14, but the Detroit Pistons team that is healthy, fast, quick, and was also coming off a back-to-back. I forgot who they played the night before. Couldn't have been Cleveland or Philly, I forgot. But they traveled the night before to return to Detroit to bust the Lakers' ass. But let's look at it closer now, right quick. Under Redick, LeBron, as of now, gets to do what he wants to do, even though it's not working. So LeBron can go out there with 21 seconds left in a shot clock and just throw up some ugly-ass shot, turn the ball over, mess up the whole entire flow of the game, making everybody else statues on offense, and then he come back down on the other side and be a statue on defense. Or if he don't get his call, he's sitting there complaining with the rest for 2 hours while everybody else is playing 4 and 5 basketball. Meanwhile, you take Anthony Davis out the flow, because Anthony Davis at one point in time was averaging 30 points a game. I think he was the leading scorer in the NBA at one point in time before Giannis finally woke up and decided to wake up with violence. And now they're on an 8-game, 9-game winning streak. Hopefully, I think it'll be a 10-game winning streak tonight. And they beat the Atlanta Hawks, hopefully. Now, Giannis is averaging 32-point-something points per game. I think it's 32 points a game, leading the NBA. And Anthony Davis is just boom since then. Mainly because he can't get the ball. Mainly because he can't get the ball. Except for one game. Some reason Anthony Davis just, I think Jokic is his kryptonite. But regardless of the fact, Anthony Davis ain't getting the usage anymore as he was before. The offense sucks. The defense sucks even worse. They can't score. They can't defend. More points allowed than more points, scored from them. But Darvingham was the problem. Everyone else that came through was the problem. I know it's been several 6 seasons now, but do you know that when Kobe retired from the league in 2016, the Lakers had a future. They had Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Larry Nance Jr. I feel like I'm forgetting some people. Shoot, yeah, even one point in time, Julius Randle. They had a core that could have been well put together. They have found I have to say a young coach, a disciplined coach, to coach this team. This team on its own, by drafting players and signing minimal free agents. When I say minimal, not big time free agents, but supporting cast free agents. This team can be better than what it is. But then again, Brandon Ingram can't stay healthy, and you never know what can happen. Maybe Brandon Ingram could have stayed healthy. And Lonzo Ball too. But they had a team for the future. And they sold it all off to give this guy everything he wants and needs. And it's just freaking failing, bombing, crashing, crash out. So yes, maybe JJ Redick needs to be let go because he has done nothing different. But we all know who the true problem is. It's not just JJ Redick. We all know who the problem is. We don't need to say his name. But they claim that he needs more help. No, I said this before, beginning of the season. Anthony Davis needs more help. And one of the few helps he can get is getting rid of this bum and sending him down to the G League with his bummy son. That's the only way this can happen. They'd be the first father and son. I saw that stat. The first father and son duo to retire at the same time. But anyways, sports media is garbage. But what did Draymond Green say 2 years ago? We're the new media. Yeah. We people on YouTube, we're the new media. The ones that are not in the lead. We're the new media. Not Draymond with his silly podcast. Not freaking Pandemic P with his podcast. Nah. Not even old boy that's on the Dallas Cowboys who likes podcasting more than playing football. No, not even him. We're the new media. Not Silly Gilly, because Silly Gilly is just another extension arm of the Clutch La Media. Has to say whatever he needs to say to get his money from Clutch La Media. Just like Shannon Sharp, Nick Wright, and all the rest of these idiots out here. But anyways, that's my last video. I don't know how many videos I've done in the last 12 hours, but I'm done for today. That's all I wanted to say. Silly Gilly, yeah, Gilly, silly, footy, fool. I don't know what I just said.